Hello guys, it's a brand new day. Let's go off the past and grab a new lens. So I'm going to talk about Amazon deliveries. I read comments about people claiming only lazy people quit Amazon deliveries. So I'm just about to give my 2 cents about it since I worked with two contractors, or let me say DSPs, before I decided to call it a quit. So one, I'll just say that your DSP will either make you or not make you. I'm saying this because some of these contractors are very unrealistic based on the stops that they give you. They don't really care about the area, whether it's on hills, whether you have to pass through, walk through water or anything. They don't really care. All that they care is about the stops, or just do it, finish, and that is it. But some actually also think about their employees. Let me say it that way, because I would say that with the first DSP I worked for was very realistic, because they give you the stuffs whereby you can have your breaks and you'll be able to finish on time and just get back to the site on time. They wouldn't just keep calling you or nothing. But unfortunately, they had to end their contract, so I had to check another DSP. With the second one, I would say they set unrealistic goals, because sometimes they can give you about 200 plus stops, and mostly to those areas that I was going. Sometimes if I'm lucky, I'll be able to get nicer areas, which is not on hills, but sometimes you're gonna get areas that are on hills. And unfortunately, if you get those areas and you have to carry heavy boxes, maybe about 3 or 4 boxes to one particular house, unfortunately you cannot use the trolley to pull everything up because it's a hill. So you will have to either carry them one at a time, because they are heavy, you can't do it. So you just have to carry them one at a time. You climb down the hill, then you come back. You can also use the van to go up the hill, because if you're not careful and you get stuck, you're gonna be fired. That's what we were told. So that's something that you have to check. And also, I'll just say, talk about the FICO score, or FICO score. Let me just say it that way. Unfortunately, you know that you have to achieve a certain percentage, because if it keeps dropping, you are going to, first time you're gonna get a warning. You'll have to take some courses to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. And if it continues, you're gonna get fired. That's what we were told during our orientation and everything. But this is the situation. Some of these dispatchers actually gonna keep calling. Sometimes you may be in the middle of the road, or sometimes you are not in a position to actually pick these phone calls. But then if you do forget and you touch the phone, you are going to be flagged. So that's something you also have to check on. And something that I'll also say about another problem also is that you do not have consistent days. They actually schedule you for the day they want you. Sometimes you get 3 days, which will be, it's supposed to be 10 hours, so that's gonna be 30 hours. And sometimes too, if you're not lucky, you can get 2 based on but some of them, I asked some people who work around there, and most of them have 2 jobs, because they want you to actually finish, even though they say you have 10 hours to finish delivering, but they want you to finish before time. So they keep calling you, putting pressure on you. You have to keep doing it. You don't even get the time to have no breaks, since the call keeps coming. So you have to finish even before that 10 hours. So sometimes they want you to finish within like 7 hours, 8 hours, and you get paid exactly the 8 hours. So you don't get all your full 10 hours, which I feel is not fair. That is not nice. Even though during the hiring stage, they said if you want your 40, they will make sure you're going to get your 40 hours. and during peak seasons you can get more hours if you want. But that was not so. They were giving 30 hours, that is 3 days, and unfortunately you don't even get all those hours because they make sure you have to finish with that within the 7 hours or 8 hours, and they pay you exactly that 8 hours. They ain't gonna pay you no 10 hours. So I think it would be your loss, which I feel is not fair. And one thing I also want to talk about is you wouldn't be able to use the restroom because mostly they'll tell you, the person who trained me says, you just need to go just 5 miles, don't go over. So when there's a restroom where you are working, there is a restroom which is just some maybe 5 miles away, you can drive there and use the restroom. But unfortunately some of the areas you wouldn't get to have such places, so all you have to do is, and some people, I mean, they complain, some people use the bottles, they urinate in the bottles, and yeah, that's what they do, unfortunately. And one thing I feel so bad about is when you're a lady and you're in your monthly, the time of the month, and you do not find a place. All you have to do is do it in the van. You have to change in the van, even though it's uncomfortable, but you got nothing to do. That's where you have to do it. So that is something that if you want to join, if you want to work for Amazon deliveries, you want to take into consideration. And one thing you should note is that you work in all weather conditions, whether lightning, rain, or something, since during the job orientation, everything, you are told. And of course, yeah, even if it's raining and you forget to pick a raincoat or something, I mean, even the raincoat don't really help, you're going to still get soaked. You have to work in all weather conditions. So that's something that I can say. So when you look at these things, and to add up to there are no benefits. You are being paid, most of the DSPs paid in this Atlanta area, they pay 17.25 cents, $17.25. And I think my second DSP that was paying $1 higher, that's the highest I've seen, 25 cents. And there are no benefits or whatsoever. So I think when I decided to call it a quit was when I heard my DSP was actually providing healthcare, and I think that's a good idea. I'll encourage all other contractors to also, at least, if nothing, if no benefit, they can help with the health aspect. They can add those benefits to it, and that would be great. And one thing I would say is, with these jobs, if you want to be fit, if you want to exercise, this is a great job for you. And also, if you want if you need a quick, decent pay, like with a flexible schedule, this is actually a great job for you. So that being said, people will have to look at all these pros and cons to decide if it is for you. I don't think people are lazy or just will want to wake up and just quit jobs. No, they are for a reason. So there is, if you look at these reasons that I've given and you think it is for you, just go for it. If it's not for you, just let it go. That's all that I can say. Have a nice day and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.